Hey everybody, it's Max J. Miller, co-author with Robert Hollis of the upcoming How Is That Working? And for the last 4 days prior to yesterday, I was sharing with you and interacting with you about the upside and the downside, the pros, the cons, the likes, the dislikes of both being a worker or a professional in a corporation or in a work environment versus being a business owner. And one of the things we established is that even though our book is very much in favor of entrepreneurship and really tries to encourage people to consider that as a path for themselves to fulfill on their dreams and so forth, we're really not suggesting at all that everybody should become an entrepreneur. However, as I discussed yesterday, we've really targeted, for the most part, people who are pursuing an entrepreneurial path, and they are people who want to be owners, for example, but really don't know how. They're people who want to be owners but don't want to go it alone. They want the support of a community, and they might have in a work situation. So they want to own their own business, but they want to somehow have a team environment that can support them and so forth. And then the third group that I mentioned yesterday was the people who don't realize that the path of entrepreneurship may be a good fit for them. They're just not aware of how things that really could make entrepreneurship the perfect fit for their own particular desires, dreams, economic ambitions, and lifestyle desires. And so today I'm going to talk about a fourth category that we target, and that's people who are really committed to their professional or working path. Their predominant view of themselves is going to remain the worker or the professional, or in some way not the business owner per se. And yet, for some reason, this information and this material is really valuable to them. So there's four categories. One is those who really still want to have some economic benefit of being an owner. And there's many ways to do this. This is not an either-or proposition. People think, well, I got to decide whether to go here or there. Well, first of all, a lot of people start a business while they're working a professional career. If they get educated, if they get well mentored, they're able to eventually have the choice to let go of the original career. But these are people who, would, just like people who would go back to school, they take it on over and above, and it may be challenging, but they look at it as a transition and going to school and putting the time in for the future being, more choices and so forth. So that first category of people who still want to pursue that career, and yet they also want the benefits of ownership. And some of those benefits, quite simply, are tax benefits. The entire tax code is really geared and skewed to favor business owners. And there are ways, of course, that you can take advantage of that. I'm not giving you tax advice. You have to seek out an accountant and so forth. But the second category are people who want the value of this training, the entrepreneurship training, to enhance their professional career and personal life. And there's so much about this training that can really make an impact. We're talking about not only the mindset things, which are huge, what you can learn from Robert and Bill and some of the real tremendous, dynamic, successful leaders in Unlimited Profits, and as well as what we've put together in this book about mindset is worth the price of admission. And then in addition to that, there's just technique, and there's interpersonal skills, and there's team building, and the whole concept of duplication and leverage, and really understanding those concepts and those secrets to building an empire, building a business. Those can serve you in a career, in a business or corporate setting as well. And then a third category is people who, though they are going to choose this professional path or worker path, they really want a plan B. And any financial advisor will tell you, you want to think about Plan B. What happens if the contingency that you didn't expect happens? What happens if a business that you work for goes under, or gets sold, or downsized, or capsized, or whatever? So some people want to build a business on the side for a Plan B. And then the last category is people who really see what we're up to. They like the camaraderie. They like the mission that we're on, really, as entrepreneurial evangelists, and they see the value, and they see how we're empowering people, and we have thousands and thousands of testimonials, and they want to be a part of encouraging that. They have their jobs, they have their profession, but they also meet people who aren't making it as well, or stuck, or whatever in their career, and they want to give them an option and say, have you ever considered, meet Robert Hollis, go get some training, learn some of your options, and so forth. And by the way, we have a great system for rewarding those people who refer people to us. And not only that, but with all those testimonials, I can assure you, when you do refer people to us, they will thank you as well. They're never going to get strong-armed. There's no kind of salesy thing to this. It's strictly information, educational, and people take it step at a time on their own. And so people will really, really value that you've thought of them and shared that with them. So that's another category of people that want to, check us out and evaluate, read the book, evaluate our program, and learn about what it is that Robert, his vision is all about. I think this has huge, widespread implications, I think, in our culture. We've got this big sort of cultural battle going on between, big government, small government, big business, whatever. And I think the secret, the answer that cuts through the Gordian knot of all of that is to encourage people who can build a business to build a business and to improve their economic future. Take the reins of that into their own hands. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for interacting with me. I appreciate your questions, comments, and I look forward to continuing to act with you until we get this book out. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.